So, we're apparently having audio issues, and my voice is weird.
Oh no.
So I think it's because I have monster voice turned on.
And now I think it's going to be way better.
Oh no. Oh my. Do you think, I mean, Keisha looks like she's here. Would anyone stay with us for like
No, we have
10 minutes of monster voice?
We have 11. Many things are going wrong right in here on the struggle stream. We can't see any of your messages in our usual interface. I had to actually log into YouTube and watch the stream myself to see if anybody was here. And there are people here. It's hilarious that one of the chords in the setup pressed a button on the soundboard that turns on. turns on
And after one of our last videos, some people might assume we wanted to do that.
Oh my God. And one of the funny things is that YouTube lets you go in after your stream and edit, kind of clip off the front of your live stream, but it doesn't make it available immediately. You kind of have to wait for it to process and load. And so there's going to be some people who come into the stream and they're going to have that 10 minutes of Eric's monster voice. And they're going to be like, what is going on? Oh my God. It is so funny that happened. At the same time that we couldn't see any feedback in our StreamYard interface because I had to open this in Safari for some reason, and Safari doesn't support a bunch of the features because I don't know, maybe it's old or something. So we're gonna check in with the chat on my phone. Keisha is here. Hello. I think I missed the introduction part. Why Eric's voice is that way.
See, she assumed it was what we wanted.
Deborah's like, what is going on with Eric's sound? Keisha says, carnivore is way easiest for me too. I gave myself too many options with vegetables. I would probably get cravings. Yeah. Bride Biscuit says, sup, Eric, JJ, and fam. Hello, Bride.
Welcome back.
Marla Kelly says, good morning, all.
Good morning.
And Keisha's like, I wondered, but I love you all. So I thought I'm just going to brace through it. It was rough. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right.
So crazy.
Yeah, so we are here with you this morning because it's show weekend for me with my youth theater group. And so I'll be at the theater this afternoon. And we decided it's Beauty and the Beast. And Eric went into beast mode for the beginning of the live stream. But yes, we are here and talking about whether keto is sustainable. And in the past, we have said, I don't know, it wasn't for us, but now we have. Yeah,
now it is. Well, and then you get to a certain point where you're like, not only is it sustainable, that's the way I want to be. I want to exist in that. Maybe I don't need to be in ketosis all day long every day, but I want to get into ketosis every day. And but right now I have some exogenous ketones going, courtesy of Dr. Boz, so that I can be my best self for you. But I failed pretty big on the audio there.
On the monster voice.
Bride Biscuit says, carnivore is so easy for me now. I do so much more now with my time besides shopping for, deciding what to eat, collecting recipes, prepping, cleanup, eating many more times per day. Yeah, all of those things.
Yeah. But even though I eat my fermented dairy, which, you can say is an animal product, and my regular diet will also include sauerkraut. That's mostly it on a normal day. It's sauerkraut and that's not a huge lift for me either to go to the store and get some sauerkraut.
No, it's not hard.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping that meat-centric basis is so easy.
Well, last week, JJ, one of our viewers, Linda, challenged you to a sardine fast.
She did.
And you didn't immediately embrace it, but then you did.
Yes.
And so you're going to give us the report. How did your second
Yes.
sardine fast go?
Well, let me
Third.
give you second.
Second.
So let me give you a little bit of background. I'm not going to go into details about how much I hate fish. I talk about that a lot. Hate fish. Never have eaten fish. Well, then I go into the first Dr. Boz challenge, and I'm in her class. So before I even allow myself to sign up for her class, I'm like, I need to eat some sardines because there's going to be a sardine challenge. And if I can't do this, then I have no business being in her class. Like, why pay the money? So I started eating some sardines leading into that, signed up for the class. The first sardine challenge happens, and Dr. Boz is like, almost nobody is allergic to sardines. Now, I think my body actually might have an issue with fish. I really thought it might because I've never been able to eat them without a big reaction. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to trust. And you are supposed to eat the sardines with fat. So you buy the kind in oil. So I researched what would be a good brand with a good oil and did all the homework I thought I needed to do. You did that sardine fast with me without water.
Mm-hmm.
So you were telling me,
not without water.
well, it was sardines in water. Yeah. Sorry, sardines in spring water or whatever it is. And you did not see any success. And I didn't do that because that's not how Dr. Boz told me to do it. I'm doing it with the sardines in oil. And I had some reactions. I was so sneezy and itchy. It started with my palms and my soles of my feet itching, but then pretty soon my whole body was itching, sneezing. Made it through the challenge with those, took some antihistamine to start with and made it through, did some research. I'm like, oh, I think this is a histamine issue. It reads like that. And of course I don't like fish, but these are canned fish. So that's why I'm like, it must be the histamines. And after the challenge, had 2 days of feeling really exhausted. So I'm like, okay, so if I do a sardine challenge, not only am I going to have to eat fish, but I'm going to be itchy and I'm going to be exhausted for 2 days afterwards as my body balances back out. So that's where I was coming into it. Now, while I was talking about my experiences on the sardine fast, a viewer mentioned maybe it's the oil, the olive oil. And you had said that, but you're my husband. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah. Well, I'm like, but it's olive oil. I checked got the good brand, yada, yada, yada. It's fine. Well, then I get challenged to this sardine challenge and I took it. I decided to take it, but I was thinking I was going to get those issues, but I did a little more research. I'm like, well, it could be the oil, even in the brand I bought. I'm going to do it differently. So I sort of strategized and decided that I would do it with avocado oil. Now you've done it with butter where you just eat the butter,
yeah.
But I wasn't going to do that. I was like, I'm going to try the avocado oil. So I added my own oil. I used the sardines in spring water, added my own oil, and lo and behold, I did not have any reactions.
There you go. You have it.
Crazy. Yeah. So it was the oil. Now, what I did this time too, last time I had my sardines in oil and I had mustard and I could gag them down. It was fine. But I had been watching Anita Breeze's information leading into this next one, which I had exactly a few hours to figure out, right? Because I was starting right away. And she did mention apple cider vinegar. And I thought maybe that brightness, that acidity will help take away some of that awfulness of the sardines. So that's what I did. I added avocado oil. I added just a little bit of mustard of Dijon to emulsify. And then I also used some apple cider vinegar in my sardines. And they went down a little bit easier. I found though, if I refrigerated them though, because that was my path last time with the mustard, is I could get them down better if they were cold. Not with the apple cider vinegar, because the brightness of the vinegar isn't there much when they're cold. So I had to have room temperature with the vinegar, with the avocado, no issues. Made it through the fast, much easier. As a matter of fact, last time I was only eating 2 tins a day, and this time I was eating 2.5 to 3 tins a day. So I was able to get more down.
Yeah.
And I think that was good. You eat to satiety, so I wasn't hungry after the 3, but I was able to get them down. And the sardine fast delivers. I know Linda saw great numbers after she did it. She did it alongside of me, and her numbers were wonderful by the end.
Yeah, her ketones were like over 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think blood sugar, I want to say 60 something.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome result. And for me, I have my numbers as well, which were great. My numbers were actually better on day 2 this time than day 3, but I'm not complaining about day 3 because I had a Dr. Boz ratio of 23 and my glucose was 76, ketones 3.1. And then, the day before, my Dr. Boz ratio was at 16.
Wow.
So my glucose was in the 60s that day.
Nice.
Yeah. So again, very, very thrilled with that and hoping it sets me up for better metabolic flexibility moving into this holiday season. And now I feel much more confident in my ability to flow through a sardine challenge. I won't be dreading it quite as much for the next one.
Nick Norwitz just did a video on sardines. He ate them for 70 some odd days. Although he did little recipes with them, but I don't know, they were kind of in the spirit of what you did.
Yeah.
And his omega-3 index was like 23 or something. It was like ridiculously high, but he said he felt great and he lost body fat. But I haven't scrutinized it in detail. I just read the extended post on X about that. So worth checking out.
Yeah, we did a little bit of a video this week. We did several videos this week.
Yeah.
But one of them was about fasting and the sardine fast versus water
that
fasting.
was this one right
oh,
here.
there it is.
This was filmed at the kitchen table while she was eating breakfast.
Yes.
Because her hair's not ready yet for the day. And she talks about the experience.
Yep.
And she did. She tripled her ketones.
Oh, yeah.
It was an honest thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We also did a video, sort of the opposite of his body hated ketones until he did this about me.
Yeah.
And sort of my experience of getting ketones ramped up through successive sardine fasts. So I recommend you watch that one.
I did
maybe 3 or 4 times.
Well, first off, let me say, we got a comment from Anita Ketogenic Woman on that. I believe that video right
On this
there.
one?
Yeah.
We did our paper cutout skits in this one.
Yes. Yeah. So that was fun.
Where's our mitochondrias, JJ? Let's break them out. People want to see the stars of the show.
The stars of the show.
If you've seen these videos, you'll recognize these characters.
Yeah, she thought it was
them in
pretty
the-
funny. Okay, so here is me.
You're upside down.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're back this way now. It's supposed to be easier. And yeah. So here is me. I'm sardine fasting. I'm water fasting. I'm doing great. That's my mitochondria. It is very efficient and it is very happy. Here is Eric's mitochondria.
I don't know how to burn ketones.
When he first was trying to do the water fast in recent months. He's done them in the past, but But then lo and behold, I think we got a
The sardine fast makes me happy.
Yes.
And I'm able to burn ketones again.
Yeah. So that was a really funny video, silly, sort of our sense of humor.
It was so off the cuff. And we were laughing throughout because we didn't rehearse this skit, and it was just pure stupidity
Yeah.
and absurdity, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah. But Anita liked it. So hey.
We'll be doing more of that kind of absurd nonsense because I enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah. But what I learned after recording that video, I did a little bit of research, and because I was like, in the video, I talk about how, and maybe even in our last live stream, how when I do a sardine fast, I usually get some carryover or I've done it twice, right? But I got some carryover for some weeks after doing it. And it's because those mighty mitochondria, their lifespan extends, I think it said about 3 weeks usually. So yeah. So if you bring in a new healthy batch, I think it's 1 to 3 weeks. Yeah. That's why the weekly cycling at first can be useful. Yeah. So that was interesting to me.
Keisha says, I made Bella's buns.
Ah,
I had to order the ingredients, but I heard y'all talk about them. I've been eating them for 3 straight days, but I actually lost inches from it.
really interesting. Wow.
They're pretty good. They go flat immediately. At least ours did, but they're pretty
Still good.
Pretty tasty. Now I want one of those.
I know. You just put the thought in our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, there may be some Bella's buns in our future.
This morning I only had some cream and electrolytes chocolate electrolytes for breakfast. And so now I'm starting to get hungry because it's 10:30. So
Well, we had 2 restaurant meals yesterday.
yeah.
And I would have to say my volume of food was definitely up
definitely.
yesterday for your birthday.
And I woke up at 4:45. I told you, with a terrible headache. So I drank some water, and then I felt like where it was originating in my neck, and I said, I'm just going to relax that, and it worked. It was probably the water, but I like to think that I just used my mind to stop a headache.
You used the force
I used the force
on yourself. Yeah.
So that's the sardine fast. What? Tell me about this video here that you watched, because I did not see this one.
Yes. So I watched Mary Ruddock, obviously, on Lauren Johnson's channel, and we saw Mary Ruddock at Meat Stock. It was. Yes. And so that's where that was my first exposure to her. I didn't really know what she does, but she does a lot of traveling to different cultures, sort of more cultures that are more ancestral at this point in modern history. And so she has a lot of information on that, but also she's very big on the microbiome, and especially with the gut. And she was saying things that I was like, she's giving a demonstration presentation, so I'm not quite catching everything, but she's saying things that I'm like, wait a minute, what'd she just say on that? Because I'm someone who suffered from a history of UTIs, and she was talking about a certain bacteria in our microbiome that can help prevent that. And I'm like, whoa, back up. What'd she say? Well, I don't know what she said. So anyway, what was interesting in this was that she didn't give me my magic answer. But she did talk about how when she's home, especially in the United States, which doesn't happen often, how she eats or drinks certain foods that help feed that microbiome. And they are not necessarily meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it sounds like she's still very heavily meat-based. She apparently got a lot of healing from a carnivore diet, and now she has moved to the other side where she can eat other things as well and chooses to. So she's, specifically eats things that are tailored to help her maintain these species of bacteria. And what interested me is hearing that, but we started having the SIBO yogurt this summer, and it was after Meat Stock when we did that. And she was sort of my first introduction into having things appear in my surroundings and going, well, maybe I do want to pay attention to that. Not required anyone.
You mean like a synergistic like you hear something and then you hear it again through a different channel?
Synchronistic. Yes.
Synchronistic, not
Yes,
synergistic.
exactly. So, well, it could be synergistic too, but yeah, where you hear it a few times all in a short time span and you're like, well, I'll give it a try. And that is what happened when you started talking about all of this as well. I'd sort of had a couple exposures leading into that. And yeah, so I still do the yogurt. It's not yogurt.
It's not yogurt. SIBO yogurt. It's not yogurt.
But I still do that. And
No, but everybody's going to think, why did he do that? Why did he do that stupid voice? Watch Dr. Davis's videos and you'll know.
yes, Dr. William Davis. So I still do that and still do the fermented vegetables now. We do
Yeah.
sauerkraut and you do kimchi. Again, sort of looking to just optimize that. Another thing she said was that, you know, those other cultures don't get sick. They just don't.
Because they have good gut biomes and
Yeah.
that protects
And their diet,
immune
yeah, just
system
in
or
general.
something.
Yeah, they don't have colds. They don't start to get anything until she said like they're in their 80s or 90s. Then they might start to have some health stuff come up. But for the most part, they live really vibrant, healthy
No.
lives. Yeah.
I'm all for that,
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
but I'm not eating the blood.
She did not talk about that in this
No.
interview. No.
Now, what's this one here about? You've got Dr. Boz looking askance at RFK here.
Which I am hesitant to even bring a picture of RFK on the screen because I'm not into politics at all. But he's on this thumbnail. So this is about using hormone replacement therapy and Dr. Boz's beliefs on that. So if you're a female, you might be interested if you're into that type of thing. You might not. I've been doing bioidentical hormone replacement since 2017. Do I wish I'd known about the diet, the carnivore diet before then? Oh, yes. Maybe I wouldn't be taking it now. But my hormones tanked so much that they're what really helped me through. And I'm scared to get off of them now completely. I have been able to reduce my doses by half or more since being on the carnivore diet. So I think my body is in really quite good shape. But for now, I'm still hanging on. And she gives some of the benefits that she believes come with hormone replacement therapy that might also be, you know, benefits that I see. Who knows? So that's what the bulk of the video is about. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I did Dr. Boz's class and I'm still meeting with my Dr. Boz small group weekly, most weeks, and we're keeping track of our numbers. And there's always this question, well, how much do we need to be into ketosis? Like, we know about the Dr. Boz ratio, but obviously we know you can't have a perfect Dr. Boz ratio all the time. How good does it need to be? How much should I be fasting to get there? What all these questions swirling around. And I think she gave us a pretty dang good answer in this video. And it was 49 minutes in. So I'm telling you, if you're interested in this answer, go to 49 minutes in.
In this video.
In this video, 49 minutes in, a viewer asks a question. She gives a straight response because very often she doesn't want to do it in public either. She gives a very straight response. And also, if you're a man and none of the rest of this applies to you, go to 49 minutes in. But I'm going to give you the details, but you might want to hear it out of her mouth because she knows what she's talking about versus me, who's just parroting something. So basically, she threw out this thing about how, oh, I like to see a Dr. Boz ratio, a good one 3 times a week or something early on in the video. And some viewer went, wait, hold up. Let's revisit that. And she says that she considers someone metabolically healthy, someone who can hit a Dr. Boz ratio of 80 or less 3 times a week. And hopefully do that naturally. Like maybe you're not fasting and getting that. It's just your body is able to do that.
So the Boz ratio is blood sugar divided by ketones, as it shows up on your Keto Mojo.
Yep.
And so an 80 would be a glucose of 80 and ketones of 1.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. She also mentioned being in that that range of about 1 ketones in that whole equation. At
And the
least.
Boz ratio is basically the GKI, just in simpler math.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, 80 or below 3 times a week. But that gives me, even though I am doing fasting and so forth, I feel like that's still my target right now. Is I don't want to overfast, because I did do that in these cycles since her class. I had one weekend where I was like, nope, this is not good fasting, and I pulled out. But I feel like if I'm hitting that ratio of 80 or below 3 times a week, fasting first thing in the morning, that I probably don't need to do a water fast or a sardine fast that week. So I'm going to sort of keep track of that. And that's what I'm extrapolating from that. Again, 49 minutes, and you listen to it yourself if you're interested in that type of thing. But I had never heard her really give a response. And no one in my group has ever heard that. Like, we're all going around going, I don't know, how low should we be? And how often should we be that low? I don't know. And she still likes that twice a year. She's doing a significant stress doing her metabolic kick. So she would probably say yes, and still stress yourself a couple times a year so that you're getting even lower than the 80. I'm putting words into her mouth with that, though. So yeah, I was thrilled to get some sort of guideline on that.
What's this one? I did not watch this one.
Oh, right. You can see I'm not quite through it all. I was listening to this one this morning as I was getting ready. And basically, Steven has been working out a lot. And he's also gotten really into a certain cut of meat, or I think it's a chuck roll, I think he said. So he's been working out heavy, eating a lot of this chuck roll, loving life. And you can see there, I mean, I can see, I thought, oh, he is looking a little leaner than I've seen him look in the past. And he has been losing weight, and he doesn't need to lose weight. And so he was a little concerned about that. Steph has the spouse issue that I just talked about before, where the spouse, sometimes it's the last one you listen to, right? So she's been telling him, are you adding fat to that? And he's like, no, this is fine. It's fatty meat. I'm good. And what he realized for the first time in his journey, and I think they're more than 2 years in, they might be around 3 years too, I don't know. But he realized that he had never really heard the piece about being fat fueled. So he thought he was doing fine. He was doing the Dr. Berry thing, eating his red meat, his fatty cuts. He was exercising, but he actually was not being fueled enough. So now he is adding in fat to his meals and testing that and seeing if he can stop losing weight and what could be muscle mass. Yeah. By fueling himself better in general.
It's funny how we carnivores kind of end up hitting this they have to hit this realization, because you get the benefit, and then all of a sudden you hit a threshold where you need to reconsider the macros and make some changes.
Yeah. And some people that might be lowering fat,
Absolutely could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have no opinion.
No.
Everyone should do their own experimentation to find the sweet spot for themselves. And we have no problems. I mean, we obviously eat some small amount of carbs. We have no problem with anybody eating carbs.
No, not at all.
We just start with carnivore as the center, base it around meat, and then add things as we tolerate them or as we need them.
Yeah.
We have Bride Biscuit says carb eaters' microbiome will be way different from a carnivore microbiome. We create different species through fermenting collagen.
Oh, interesting. I've never heard of that. That's
But
fascinating.
I mean, it makes sense that a different species of bacteria or fungus or something would thrive on different substrate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Neo Relic has decided to say humans can survive on just plants or just animals because humans are omnivores. Either extreme isn't as healthy as a balance. Eat a wide range of both plants and animals. Eat fungus also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, to eat a wide range. It's just really important to choose your carbs carefully.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. We have no problem with that
No,
general notion.
no.
Neo Relic. Although we did, where our channel is carnivore based, you could, I mean, I don't know, there's probably not many vegan channels where they talk about eating a little bit of meat and adding a little bit of meat,
No,
because that wouldn't probably work with them.
no, that would not work. But yeah, and if it is working for you, oh my gosh, go for it. Go for it.
An important point, we haven't seen Neo Relic here before, but we appreciate you watching, is that from my point of view, I won't speak for you. From my point of view, carnivore was a really important elimination diet. And we talked in a video yesterday, the day before, about much of the benefit of it was stopping eating a bunch of things that were causing problems. So for me, all of the grains, the beans, and even the green stalky kind of vegetables aggravated my gut terribly. And they made me feel really terrible. And I just needed to get those out and eat something that was much easier and give me a lot of gut rest for healing. And as I've tried to add back certain things, it's very clear that when I eat, if I eat super sugary thing, I'm going to feel terrible.
Well, yeah.
And I can feel the inflammation. I can see it like almost immediately in my face as like water comes in and inflammation comes in. So it's a good training ground too, because then you can start from a position where you can test different things and see how you react to it. So it's been very beneficial to me.
We had done Whole30 in the past, which again, we saw benefits from. It was great. But it wasn't, I mean, we needed to get to 0 with the elimination, because there were still too many variables in that Whole30 diet. It was much better, but there were still too many variables to really be able to determine what was bothering you the most, or me. Yeah.
I would never have considered going vegetarian or vegan, and for a very simple reason. I just detest vegetables. And so I could have gone like a strict like grain, like breaditarian, but I knew that
I already was breaditarian.
and I knew what that did to my gut, because it just inflated my abdomen every time I ate a huge amount of bread. So that wasn't really a path that I would take, but I did so many green smoothies and it was terrible for me. But I can see that if somebody did that and they felt great, that they'd be very excited to spread the word, and they should.
Yeah.
Neo Relic says, I eat mostly meat and dark greens, carrots, and my carbs on activity level. Yeah, lifting weights, that makes sense.
Yes,
Appreciate
totally.
it's so reasonable. I prefer broccoli to liver. That's a tough call there. Broccoli versus liver. Which one would you eat if you had to?
You know what though? I hear you, Keisha, but
This is Neo Relic.
Sorry, Neo Relic. Sorry. I hear you with that. I did have a couple weeks ago, couple times a year, I start craving liverwurst. So it isn't just liver. I can't do that. But if I'm craving liverwurst, I'm heading to the store, and I personally would rather have liverwurst than broccoli, but I hate broccoli. Yeah. There are other vegetables I like. Broccoli's not one of them.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
There was a video. Well, here we'll talk about this one. I guess this is the one we posted yesterday. Yesterday was my 55th birthday, and we recorded this where we called it Carnivore Inspired Goals for 2026, and that's just because it was the best thing I could think up. The first 10 minutes is my rant on the fact that we can't predict our blood labs in advance with any degree of accuracy. Because I just feel like really good science would be able to tell you exactly what results you're going to get before it's measured. And then you measure it, and then that verifies that the science has predictive benefit. But then that is sort of a segue into a tool that we've both used on and off for planning the future. And it was interesting to see how that planning tool related to carnivore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because just as we were just talking about, carnivore, or I would suggest vegetarianism or veganism, is about stopping. And it's probably the stuff you stop eating that does the most benefit from you in the short term, because you're taking a toxin out of your diet. But in planning for the future, it's actually more important to assess what you need to stop doing rather than adding projects and goals to your life. So that's what that was about.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we made some predictions about 1 year from now. I made some predictions about what my blood labs would be and about the channel. And those may have been aspirational, but I needed to put a flag in the ground and say, okay, this is what I think is going to happen, even though my rationale for why they were going to happen was maybe a little less than great.
A vibe.
Yep. Bride Biscuit says balance can be contraindicated if disease and sensitivities are present.
Yeah.
That's where N of 1 is valuable. Yeah. I think that we have to find our own balance. Balance isn't an objective thing that you can apply to every individual. And we can just see it. If you look in the population, people are so different. They just have different genetics and they respond differently. And and part of what my complaint was is that all the advice is based on population level outcomes. And so recommendations are based on population. And so if you don't fall in the perfect average person who that's designed for, it's missing your optimum by a great amount. And we want optimal. We don't want average results. We want the best results. And that involves being experimental and trying different things like the sardine fast.
When I went to life coaching school all those years ago, they did not like us to use the word balance.
Really?
Because the implication is that balance is having all things in equal measures, sort of. And balance is not as easy as that. So for you, balance might be only eating meat, period. And someone else, it might be meat and greens. And someone else might be, vegetarian, right? So it, like you said, everyone has their own balance. And also the thing about balance is that it can work now in this season of life at this time, and you're balanced. And then something happens in 6 months, something shifts, and all of a sudden the apple cart is upended and you have to find balance again in a different season. So they didn't like that word. I'm just bringing it up since you mentioned balance, that it's a fluid thing. And I still like the word. And I think it also comes because I come from sort of the dancing background. For me, balance looks static on the outside, but the body is constantly doing adjustments and micro adjustments to keep and maintain that balance. So, yeah.
Metabolism 1237 says late to the chat, but did you see Nick Norwood's sardine video? Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. I actually didn't watch the video yet. I read his X thread, which was like 8 posts long, about what he did and what his results were. But that does sound kind of interesting.
I'll probably watch it. I usually only watch Nick when there's some topic that comes up in the space. He's not like a regular feed on my feed regularly. So I will check that one out for sure. Although I don't care who throws down a 70-day sardine challenge. I'm not doing that. Not happening.
Yeah, me neither.
No
I don't
way.
even want to do a 3-day one again. I'm kind of past that, but
You're a little sardined out.
yeah. One final thing on the word balance is it can have different connotations. It can have a positive connotation, work-life balance. It can have a negative connotation, which is it's precarious. And you can imagine an acrobat balanced, and one falls smooth, and they're falling over and they're falling into the net. And for me, I tend to hear a negative connotation in the word balance, and so that's kind of my bias when I come to the conversation. But I know that there's this positive connotation that others hear. And we've heard the term balanced diet so long that it just sort of automatically sounds rational. But it's balancing, if it's balancing toxin against something that's healthy, that's not balanced. And so that would suggest that you can indulge in certain toxins and they're okay if you do it in a moderate way. And maybe the body can buffer that and come back from that. Maybe even has a hormetic benefit where it actually stresses the system and you come back stronger. But maintaining moderation with things that are addictive for me, is a no-no. I am not going down that path at all, because I grew up in an environment where that was happening and it wasn't in balance, and I just don't trust it. So that's why I tend to have a kind of a negative mood towards that word, but I'm just acknowledging my own bias.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no.
There's something you want to say.
See this?
Right. Yeah.
Is you good with that time?
Sure.
Okay.
What's the date?
It is the date that I knew when I wrote it down.
Did you say the 23rd?
I have to double check.
We have an adjustment to our upcoming live stream.
No.
No?
It's not an adjust. Well, are we not doing the other one that week then? We pick up. There's that on.
Then I
the
didn't
Friday.
understand what your point was. So why don't you explain it and I'll agree.
This was. Well, I will give you time to disagree.
Okay.
Now that you've heard our weird communication. So I've been talking about in recent couple weeks. I don't know if it's in here. No, it's not. I've been talking about doing a special live stream on some of my life coaching aspects. So the Wheel of Fear specifically.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yes.
that's what you're talking about.
Yes. So I was talking about this being that day on that time.
I still don't know what the day is.
You okayed the day beforehand, but I
didn't look at my calendar.
okay.
You can see how well we coordinated for today's.
Well, no, I was like, we need to announce this at this one.
Because
so-
this is your Wheel of Fear live
Yes.
stream.
So it's right here on this date.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay.
me.
All right.
It's going to be
November 23rd. It's a Sunday. My play rehearsals on Sunday are over. We're not yet to Thanksgiving. So it's on a Sunday. Hopefully people can join us. And it's going to be at 3 p.m. Central, which is 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. So hopefully we're missing most church things as well on a Sunday. But I know there are still family things that happen on Sundays as well. We can't do it on Saturday because we have a Thanksgiving celebration on Saturday. So we're going to do it on Sunday. So in this live stream, I will be walking you through your personal Wheel of Fear. It's that protective mechanism that is in our physiology, our biology, our neurobiology that can sometimes go haywire and cause us from actually bringing our best self to life and doing the things we want to do. So we'll be going through the Wheel of Fear the Wheel of Fear in detail so that hopefully you can uncover your core fear trigger as well as your core negative feeling and how you've adapted your life in ways that don't serve you, but are serving the Wheel of Fear so that you can make those changes and hopefully have a great 2026.
If you want to see this in action, she actually went through this with me in a previous video. And then she had a video called My Letter to Fear.
Yes.
That we released within the past week, where she talks about it some more. But just as an example, when you do this process, you end up identifying a certain thing that kind of triggers a bunch of different fear sort of behavior patterns. And these aren't survival things. This isn't being chased by a bad guy or a dinosaur. This is just sort of a recurrent pattern in life. And it tends to have a specific perceived ego threat, I would say.
Yes.
That does it. And when you identify it, then you can notice it. And then that gives you some optionality. For me, my trigger, it turns out, is stupid. So if I think that I'm looking stupid or I'm saying something stupid or I'm being considered as stupid, it gets into my brain and my perceptions of everything shift into this ego defensive mode that is not usually very productive. That's my example. And your example would be what?
My core trigger is weak. I do not want to be perceived as weak. I do not want anyone to think I'm weak. I don't even want to think of myself as weak, especially when my fear is triggered. So I will actually overcompensate with things. I will consistently push myself too hard and not ask for help or show any emotional vulnerability whatsoever when I am triggered in fear. And I mean, I talk about diet leading to my burnout, which it did. I had some very significant stressors through my diet, like gluten. But that sort of type A personality also contributed to my burnout that left me in my 30s, really in bed a big chunk of the time.
So JJ doesn't do this. Generally speaking, she trains the coaches.
Yeah.
She writes the curriculum for training the coaches. So, but the channel is kind of an interesting venue for us to share JJ's particular expertise and insights with our viewers. And if you feel like you can benefit from this or it sounds interesting, watch some of our recent videos where we talk about it and see if it's interesting to you. And show up for this live stream on the 23rd of November at 3 p.m. Central.
Yes. And we've had enough interest from viewers to do this. We aren't just trying to impose this on you.
We should put up a thumbnail and the scheduled live soon so that people can hit the notify me when it goes live thing. Remind me.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. Great. And then we have a live stream. Will be normal next week. Is that what you were saying?
I don't know.
Because we're going up to pick our daughter up from school next week for her winter break. So, we'll have to think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't take the whole day, but it takes a big chunk of the day.
Yeah.
And then there might be family time afterwards. So I don't know.
I like family time.
Yeah. But she also has papers due. So she might just.
Yeah. She might want to be writing her papers.
Yeah. She might just head to her room and we'll be here.
And you're thinking, why are you picking up her next week for winter break? Well, her winter break is long because she's on this trimester thing. And then once she goes back early January, then the only time she comes home is a very short spring break. And then it's just school.
Yeah. Senior year.
It's crazy. We were watching season 4 of Stranger Things last night. And I noticed that all the seniors are class of 86.
Yes, that's me. Or no, the seniors aren't. No. The cast.
The cast are
my age.
Because it was taking place in 86.
In their freshman year in 86 would have been.
Yeah. I was class of 88.
Yeah. I was 89. Yeah.
And it was it's crazy. It's just crazy to look at the clothing that they think we wore, which we did, the hairstyles we think we had, which
this
we
one
did.
Isn't too bad. Some shows are way off.
The way they talk isn't maybe quite right, but it is this unbelievable nostalgia fest, along with kind of a horror genre that's also a nostalgia fest.
Yes.
Because of how it kind of impersonates some of those old movies that were based on Stephen King novels and stuff. But I had a point. It had to do with school.
Oh, yeah, school.
Right. And how fast time goes. Yesterday was my birthday of 55. When I was in high school in 1986, my father would have been 53 56.
Oh,
He would have been this age. And my mom would have been a few years younger,
yeah. Wow.
3 years younger. Holy cow.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, our computer just went blank, but I know it's just, it went to sleep. But I was going, well, 20 years ago I was 35 and it's 20 years lasted a long time. And then I'm like, wait a minute, 20 years ago, the daughter was already born.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, well, it went really fast then.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. And yet this Wheel of Fear stuff, all of the psychological work, all of the anxiety work, it feels like I'm just getting down into the roots of it. And it feels like, why did it take so long to figure any of this out? Why does it take so long, my thick head, to grok some of these very simple ideas?
It's
Because the stupid trigger is really activated there. Because it's like, I should have had this. I should have known this when I was 16.
well, and that is the issue, is that it is part of who we are, because we do need this for survival. We do need to be able to react to fear for survival. So it's only when it gets misappropriated that we start to have issues. And, you know, we sort of personify the Wheel of Fear a little bit, but I'm going to do it anyway. The Wheel of Fear doesn't want to be found out, because then it's not as effective. It can't keep you safe if you know how it's operating. So when, you know, it's a little bit elusive. And even once you have your Wheel of Fear, it can adapt and evolve as you do, so that you still have some blind spots. Now, the good news is most of your life, you get more freedom to choose. You're not acting out of this conditioning, but it's still there. If you're contemplating taking a big risk, it's still going to show up. But you know, you can see it. You have more of a chance of seeing it.
Talk about taking a big risk. JG said, in jokingly, I'm doing the seed oil diet. But interestingly, I would guess that you could get into really good deep ketosis.
Oh, yeah.
Guzzling some seed oils.
Yeah.
And you might even feel great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no opinion about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of funny to pop in the chat.
Yeah.
Tandy says, I stopped using krill oil several years ago and just started using it again. And I feel like it is helping me boost ketones.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Interesting.
Krill oil is like an omega-3 supplement?
I think so. Yeah.
And I've heard opposing things about it. I have no opinion on it whatsoever. But if it's helping you boost ketones, then it seems like that might be of benefit. We did the omega-3 index test. Was that early this year or last year? We were going to do a video and then we never did.
Yeah.
But mine came in at like 8%, which was sort of the target green zone. But yours was lower.
Mine was abysmal because, remember, I have the belief that fish is not good for me. Like literally my body doesn't react well to fish. So, and I've built up evidence over the years. So even when it came to taking omega-3 supplements, I was a little leery of it. So I wasn't even supplementing most of my life. So yeah, it was awful. I am supplementing now with omega-3s, and then now have more recently had some actual fish. So yeah, mine was abysmal, and I thought it would be.
But did you start taking the omega-3s?
I did.
But we haven't redone the index.
Yeah. I'm taking, I can't remember what got me on that track where I was like, okay, I'll take the omega-3s.
I think
because it wasn't the test exactly.
It wasn't the test?
But it was another sort of synchronistic thing where I had the test, and then a little bit later I had something else come up, and I was like, okay.
I know there's some discussion about the ratio to omega-6s being important, but I don't know anything about it. And I don't really worry about my omega-6, omega-3 ratio. Maybe I should.
Yet.
It's something more for me to worry about. Yeah. I'll ask Chad about it, and it'll get me scared.
What? Are you reading or?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand Bride Biscuits.
Oh.
That one's coming if you follow the social media nutrition space. Oh,
Oh,
the krill
krill.
oil. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. JG says, only tallow. I make from bovine kidney suet, leaf fat, real butter, or lard. You're rendering the tallow. Wow.
Nice.
Crazy how good keto carnivores look, vibrant and healthy. Actually, I want to say, I don't notice it as much in my own face and skin as I notice it in JJ's, because I look at JJ.
Yeah.
She's across the table from me, and her skin over the course of these past 3 years is transformed. I think.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It's much clearer. The pores are tighter.
Yeah.
And of course, without the facial inflammation, you don't have the haggard kind of. But I mean, you only know it by contrast,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's why you looked younger than you did 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in my face, I've noticed some difference. But I had a suspicious little spot removed, and this scar continues to fade.
Yeah, it does. I noticed that in the last couple of weeks too, that it was fading a little bit.
And
more.
I just assume that's because I'm getting a bunch of good building blocks from the carnivore diet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't use any sunblock.
No.
And I'm out in the sun quite a bit during the summer. I don't burn. I do wear a broad brim hat, and I do protect the back of my neck because I just don't need to blast it constantly. But yeah, so far so good. It hasn't done anything for my hair.
Although you have a little hair stubble today.
I've been a little lazy with the head shaving.
Oh,
Does it feel pretty good?
not quite. Give it a day and it would be that soft puppy dog.
Tandy, I went back to using krill oil based off of what I learned regarding talk about sardines and the mitochondria. Krill oil is much better than fish oil, which I would never use. Oh, because you think the fish oil might be rancid or something?
I will look into that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because that's another thing. I mean, not only do I not think, I didn't think I could, that fish was good for this body. But I thought it was very questionable.
The
Fish
fish
oil
oils, yeah, because they
like,
go bad.
How do you know? But apparently I thought my sardines were fine. I don't know.
Well,
in the oil.
I don't know. I had been advised to stop taking the fish oil, and I was like, but I'm so indoctrinated into the omega-3 thing. So then that's when I started eating sardines for lunch every day. I would have 2-3 tins a day, but then I did the sardine fast, and it sort of burnt me out on them. So I wasn't taking those. So then I started my fish oil again. But now I'm starting to think maybe I should look at the krill oil. Maybe I should just eat the sardines. The problem is the sardines come with a lot of protein, and I don't want to overdo it. But I'm interested in the krill, the EPA DHA breakdown of those, and I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be targeting on that. So. JG says, you are both beautiful people and I love you all. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you use a collagen additive?
I do not.
I do not either.
No. But I do chew the collagen now. Like back in the day, that was not what one would chew.
Yeah. There's very little. I mean, I'll spit out bone. If like a steak has a little piece of bone in it, obviously I won't eat that. But if it's hard and gristly, I get it down. I might even take it like a pill if I can't chew it. But you also use tallow on your face.
Yes, I do. I use just the tallow I cook with. I take when we get the Wagyu Chicago whatever
Tallow.
stuff, and I scoop it out before I start using it in the kitchen, and that's my face cream / cleanser.
I did it for a while, but even in very small amounts, I didn't like how it felt. It was greasy on my face. I think it's because I touch my face all the time, as you can see on this live stream. I should stop doing that. Add the collagen to tea every morning.
Yeah. I'm not against that. I feel like you've been adding a lot of vitamin D, or not adding, but you've been monitoring your vitamin D lately. Not D. Your potassium.
My potassium, yeah. K,
yes.
Mineral symbol K.
Yeah, you've been monitoring that. And I just get to a saturation point. Like there's only so many things I can supplement with or keep on the deck, and then there's the electrolyte, and then there's this, and so I have not added collagen regularly because I just can't keep it
It's
all.
another powder to try to get down.
Not to say I won't, but
I will say that there's a lot of glycine in collagen powder, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
have been experimenting with glycine at bedtime. Like as I'm getting into bed, 2 grams of glycine has really had a big impact on my sleep, and that's why I tried it. And I don't even remember how it came into my consciousness. Probably some post somebody did on somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I tried that once and it didn't do anything. I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot, and the first night that I did it, 2 grams of glycine, I slept, I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I had not moved. Not only did I not get up in the middle of the night, but I didn't move a muscle. Now, I haven't repeated that, but I have been getting more sleep, and I feel like better quality sleep taking that glycine. And my understanding is that it acts on GABA. Now, I've experimented with taking GABA directly, and with no effect. So apparently, however it's poking my endogenous GABA production into high gear, it's being beneficial. So I can't give a complete recommendation around it yet because it's early days, but that collagen thing made me think about it. Saying collagen is amazing for skin and nails. Yeah. I don't need help with my nails, but you actually noticed with the yogurt,
yeah.
the fermented dairy that
I've had horrible nails my entire life, no matter what collagen, gelatin, whatever supplements I took, never helped anything. And what has helped is that SIBO yogurt. That
It's not yogurt.
Yes. I actually have nails, and they don't just fall off anymore, like chip away and peel. And so that's been interesting. And it's nice to not have my nails peeling and cracking away. But I truly think that there's probably good things happening in other parts of my body as well. The nails are only a part of it. So the outer side, maybe even my gut is even better.
JG said, I lost 145 pounds, divorced my wife. Yeah, haha. I have not.
No, you have not.
And if I did, I wouldn't lose 145 pounds.
No, you wouldn't anymore. No.
Well, I think we've been going for an hour 13, JJ, and I have to go back and edit out the first 10 minutes because I had, by mistake, I had
God, this filter was going because a cord hit it.
the button. And so I was talking very earnestly about keto and how easy it is to maintain ketosis after starting from a framework of carnivore. And now that's all lost because I sounded like a monster.
But for those of you who stuck with us,
Thank
my
you for that.
goodness,
Yeah,
thank you.
That's dedication. It could have been
This, I could have been sounding like this, and that would have been even more entertaining.
What is that one?
It's a small robot.
Oh.
JG has subscribed, and
Oh.
thank you so much. And that is an excellent idea. Subscribe, because yesterday I predicted that by November 13th, 2026, this channel would have 7,500 subscribers. And I had not done the math because we are now at 4,200. So that's a hefty lift.
That is a hefty
because I
lift.
think we may be added to 1,500 this year. So I don't really know. But we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. If we can't do quality content, we will hit you with the quantity.
Well, don't make that promise.
No, but see, if you subscribe, you know that you'll always have something from Eric and JJ to put on 3x speed. Because, right, if we do a video that you don't like, the move is to watch it quicker, not skip it. Watch to the end every time, but it's okay if you put it on 3x.
And it'll be much better then.
Some people find that
entertaining.
2x is really good because when JJ laughs, it's even funnier because it sounds like
We have heard that.
more like Woody Woodpecker.
We have heard that.
So let's end with JG's 500 push-ups and workout 2 today. That sounds
Ooh.
like a lot of exertion.
Wow.
I will not be doing that.
No. Holy smokes.
But even though I'm not going to be doing that, JJ,
What? You will be
every day stronger.
every day more blessed.
See you next time.
Bye.
JJ and Eric, their lipids are high. Their doctors are worried they're both gonna die. Is LDL harmless? They sure hope it's so. It's the JJ and Eric Carnivore Show. Salad is toxic, seed oils are doom. They rub on tallow like greasy perfume. Ribeyes and bacon, that's all they know. It's the JJ and Eric Carnivore Show. No wheat, no kale, they're laughing at greens. 18-hour fasts are their favorite routines. Sugars for suckers, they're chomping on fat. Streaming to you live from the tallow vat. Eric's got muscles, JJ's got zen. They're coming to chat with their carnivore friends. So toss out the lettuce, embrace the beef glow. It's the JJ and Eric